Hey YouTube, so today we're going to be taking the hardest NFL quiz of all time, but before we do, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so we found this quiz online. It's called the hardest NFL quiz of all time. There's 50 questions. We're going to go through and see how many of the 50 we can get right. Alright, so the first question. In 2019, Lamar Jackson became the second player in NFL history to be named as the unanimous MVP. Who was the first? I don't think Rodgers was unanimous. Marshall Faulk, a running back, no way a running back was unanimous. It's between Brady or Manning, 100%. I'm going to go with my gut and say Tom Brady because Tom has every award possible. So let's go with Brady. And it is Tom Brady. All right, we're 1 for 1. In 2000, who became the first team to make 4 first-round picks in the same NFL draft? So the Browns have been bad for a long time. But that doesn't necessarily mean they had 4 first-round picks. Buccaneers, they won a Super Bowl around the 2000s, right? So I doubt it was them. I'm gonna go either Washington or the Jets. I don't really know much about the Jets in 2000, but I'm gonna go with the Jets. And we got it right. We're lucky. Hey, that's lucky. We got it. Jamarcus Russell went first overall in the 2007 NFL Draft. Who was picked second overall? So Calvin Johnson was in college around that time, but so was Reggie Bush, I believe. I'm not sure about Joe Thomas, AP, Reggie Bush, Calvin Johnson. I'm assuming they're all in there around the same time, but 2007. Was Calvin Johnson the second overall pick? I feel like he might. Like, Reggie Bush definitely... I don't know if he went first because he's a running back. Running backs rarely go top 5, right? So I'm going to take out Bush and Peterson and just say no because running backs... I know they were special, but running backs rarely ever go top 5. Offensive linemen do a lot. But I'm going to go with Calvin Johnson. I know he was crazy at Georgia Tech. And we got that right too. All right, we're 3 for 3, off to a really good start. Which year did the Houston Texans play their first season in the NFL? Oh my gosh. So obviously it's around this time. I thought it was 2000 off the jump when I first saw it. That stood out to me. Maybe it's 2001. I feel like it's one of these two. I'm going to go 2000. And it was 2002. So both of my guesses were wrong. I didn't know exactly what year it was, but that was a tough one. Who won the Super Bowl MVP award when the Pittsburgh Steelers won in 2009? This is against the Cardinals. I'm a Steelers fan, so this one's easy. It's Santonio Holmes. I already knew that. The catch in the back corner of the end zone, the great throw from Ben. Wild game, but he's definitely the one. Which team won the first ever Super Bowl in 1967? It's the Green Bay Packers. If you don't know that, I'm sorry. It was always the Green Bay Packers. Always was. In 1973, Fred Dryer became the first player to score 2 safeties in one game. Which team was he on when this happened? I don't even know who Fred Dryer is. 1973, all these teams were still around. I don't know. I don't know who Fred Dryer is. I'm just going to take a guess. 2 safeties. Vikings just have a really good defense, right? The Purple People Eaters. The Niners, they've had some good defenses, not the Falcons. I mean, but then this is just one player. Could have just been pure luck, right? I'm going to go the Vikings. And it's the Rams. I mean, that one, I didn't even know who Fred Dryer was. No idea. In 2013, which quarterback broke a record after throwing a pick 6 in 4 straight games? Matt Schaub, Eli Manning, Jay Cutler, John Kitna. I'm pretty sure this is Matt Schaub. I remember this happening. I remember that. I remember making fun of him for it happening back in the day. Who finished their career with more rushing yards, Eric Dickerson or Marshall Faulk? Eric Dickerson, easily. I'm sorry, Eric Dickerson, he's a legend. In 2007, which kicker broke the record for the most field goals in a single game with 8? All right, so Vinatieri and Gostkowski, both really good kickers for a long time. Nate Kading was on the Chargers, I believe, at this time, and Rob Bronis was on the Titans. Was this the Kerry Collins season? Was this the Kerry Collins and Tennessee season where they went, what did they go, like 13-3? Did they go 13-3 with Kerry Collins? I want to say it's Rob Bronis. I feel like I also remember this happening. This is early in my fantasy as a young kid, playing fantasy. I feel like I remember this happening, that it's Rob Bronis. And it is, okay. I know a lot of kickers have had a lot of field goals, but that one stuck out in my head there. Who won the Super Bowl MVP award when the Green Bay Packers won in 1997? So I know this isn't Brett Favre. I want to say it's Desmond Howard. He had that Heisman run, and then he had that one good season where he made a Pro Bowl. He made the Pro Bowl, they won the Super Bowl, and I think he was the MVP of that game. Antonio Freeman, it's another good one. But I know it's not Brett Favre. You would think it is off the rip, but I'm pretty sure it's Desmond Howard. And Desmond Howard is right. All right, we're off to a good start. What number did the legendary Jim Brown wear for the Cleveland Browns? He wore 32. Yeah, 32. Easy, easy. True or false, Emmitt Smith was a top 10 pick in the 1990 draft. That's a good one. I actually don't know. I have no idea what pick he was. I'm going to go false, and it's right. I was just going to go for the narrative that, you know, he wasn't a top 10 pick. Most running backs aren't, so... Which team won the most Super Bowls in the 1970s? The Steelers. Yeah, as a Steelers fan, if I got that wrong, you know, that's pretty bad. In 1965, Gale Sayers set a record for the most touchdowns scored in a rookie season. How many touchdowns did he have? I don't know. This is just another guess. Most in a rookie season. I'm gonna go with the even 20. It was 22. That's a crazy rookie season. I did not know that at all, though. Which quarterback holds a record for the most career interceptions thrown? It's Brett Favre. He has like the most touchdowns and interceptions or whatever, or he used to. How many total receiving yards did Jerry Rice finish his career with? I mean, I need to know the exact number. I know he's over 20K. He's the only one over 20K, right? Is it 21? 21. I didn't know the exact number. I knew he was over 20K and he was far from everyone else, but that's crazy. In 1993, the Buffalo Bills overcame a 35-3 deficit in the AFC wildcard game before coming back to win. Which team was this against? Ooh, 1993. This has like the Browns written all over it, right? Does it have the Browns written all over it, or is it the Oilers? This sounds like a Cleveland Brown thing to do. It was the Oilers. I don't know. I just have to hate on the Browns sometimes as a Steelers fan. It just seems like, you know, a historic thing for them to do. Who finished their career with more interceptions, Deion or Ed Reed? So Deion was like lockdown though, right? Ed Reed was a safety, lurked the field, had a lot of picks. So I think Ed Reed might be the answer because Deion was just a lockdown corner, you know? And Ed Reed is the answer. Okay, we're just using some common sense here. Terry Crews, so the actor, was selected in the 11th round of the 1991 draft. Which team picked him? The Chargers. Oh, I don't know why I picture him in a Chargers uniform. The Rams? I just didn't know that. I pictured Terry Crews in a Charger uniform. I don't know why. In 1990, which of these players broke the record for most sacks in a single game with 7? It's Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas, I knew that answer. I've seen that stat before. Who finished their career with more NFL regular season MVP award wins? Brett Favre or Joe Montana? Ooh. Regular season MVP. I don't even know how many Brett Favre won. My gut tells me Joe Montana. We're gonna go with the gut. It was Brett Favre. I didn't even know how many Brett won. Yeah. That was a tough one. It stumped me. All right. How many Super Bowls did Barry Sanders play in during his career? Played for the Lions, so 0. Yeah, I mean, come on. It's the Lions. Which team did the Tennessee Titans pull off the Music City Miracle against in 2000? It was the Bills, right? Was that on the Bills streak of all the Super Bowl runs and they lost? Yeah, it was. The Bills. I remember watching just the video. It's a crazy video. Which team won Super Bowl 25 in 1991? Ooh. Cowboys were good in the 90s. San Fran was good in the 90s. It's between Cowboys and the 49ers. It has to be. Has to be. I'm going to go Cowboys. And it was neither of the two. It was the New York Giants. Was that with Phil Simms? Is that Phil Simms? I don't even know. It must have been, right? Which of these kickers is the NFL's all-time leader in field goals made? Does Vinatieri have it now? He has it now, right? Or does Mort still have it? Does Anderson still have it? I don't know who has it. I know Morton Anderson used to have it, but I don't know if Vinatieri broke it. I'm going Vinatieri. Okay, it is. Vinatieri did break it. All right, guys, we're about halfway through the quiz. I know it's kind of a long one, but, you know, it's a fun little type of video, something different. Which of these players is the only person to play on 3 consecutive Super Bowl winning teams? Joe Montana, did they three-peat? There's no way, right? I feel like, doesn't Ken Norton Jr. have like an absurd amount of Super Bowls? Or is that Charles Haley? One of the two have like an absurd amount of Super Bowls, and I want to say it's Ken Norton, and it is. I think he's up there for like the most Super Bowls of all time. Donovan McNabb was selected second overall in the 1999 NFL Draft. Which quarterback was selected ahead of him? Ooh. What? Manning was selected earlier than that, right? Wasn't Manning like 1998 or 1997? Or am I wrong? Was it Tim Couch? Was that the Browns drafting Tim Couch? I don't know. Tim Couch. Let's go. I knew Manning was before that. I think Manning was a year or two before that. True or false, Lamar Jackson was selected in the second round of the NFL Draft. That's false. I'm pretty sure it's the last pick in the first round. Or he was pick 31. True or false, John Madden has never had a losing record during his 10 seasons as an NFL head coach. I'm going to go with true. I don't know the answer, but I'm going true. And it is true. Okay, we're kind of eating right now. We're going crazy. Who won more Super Bowls during their career? Eli or Peyton Manning? Eli did. No. They both won the same. They both won the same. I was tripping there for a little bit. Eli won the same amount. Who was the first ever defensive player to win the Super Bowl MVP award? Ooh. Ray Lewis. Did he win one in their first Super Bowl? I don't know. I know that was a low scoring game. Richard Dent. I'm going Ray Lewis. No, it was Chuck Howley. I didn't know that one. It was just up to a guess. Which team did Jerry Rice play his last NFL game for? The Raiders, right? The Seahawks. Oh my God, there's that infamous picture of Jerry Rice in that Seahawks uniform, and like when I saw it the one time, I was like, "There's no way!" Like I didn't even know he played for them. In 1992, which team started the season 0-4 and went on to still win their division? 0-4. That's crazy. 1992. Chargers? Chargers. Again, pure guess. I didn't know. I didn't know. Who made more Pro Bowls during their career, Ray Lewis or Tony Gonzalez? One's a linebacker, one's a tight end. They both played for a good amount of time. Ooh. Tony Gonzalez is like, they're both like one of the best at their positions of all time. I'm going Tony G though, and it was Tony G. I felt like he was better for longer, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if it does, but to me, that's what it felt like. The New York Giants have retired the number 56 in honor of which player? Lawrence Taylor. That was obvious. Which round was Drew Brees selected in the 2001 NFL Draft? Is he a first rounder? Drew Brees went to Purdue, right? Purdue Boilermakers. I don't know. I feel like is this a trick question? Is it just first round? It was second round. It wasn't a trick question. It was not. True or false? Champ Bailey won a Super Bowl during his career. True. Oh my God, that's false. I don't know why I was so sold on that. Which team won Super Bowl 10 in 1976? The 70s. Steelers and Cowboys and Raiders. Very good during that time. I'm just going to go with the homer pick, the Steelers, and it is. Those three teams were nasty back in the 70s. How many years must a player be retired for them to be eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame? It's 5, right? Is it 5? Or is it 2? 5 or 2? I want to say it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. I was going to say it's not 2. Which player was selected earlier in the 2013 draft? Zach Ertz or Travis Kelce? I feel like Zach Ertz went to Stanford, right? I feel like it has to be Zach Ertz. Yeah. I feel like Travis Kelce was kind of like a come-up story, you know, like a guy who wasn't crazy hyper on the draft. What year did the first Madden video game come out? It was called John Madden Football. Ooh. 88? No way, right? 92 is what I'm looking at. I don't know. 1990, 1992, 1992. 1988? Really? Wow, that is so long ago. I did not know that. I didn't know that. What was the final team that Vince Lombardi coached in the NFL? I want to say it's Washington. Am I crazy for saying that? I feel like he went somewhere after the Packers. It was Washington. It was. I almost second-guessed myself, but I didn't. Who was selected earlier in the 2011 draft? J.J. Watt or Julio Jones? Ooh. I want to say Julio. And I'm right. Julio, J.J. Watt, you know, he was good, but I feel like he's kind of like TJ, like the latter half of the first round. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But who was the NFL commissioner? It was Paul, right? Before Roger Goodell, Paul Tagliabue. Yeah. Yep. I remember him. Jake Long was selected first overall in the 2008 draft. Who was selected second overall? Was it Stafford? No way it was Jason Smith, right? Jake Long and Chris Long didn't go back to back. That'd be crazy. Like that would be talked about more, right? That would definitely be talked about more. Was Stafford 2008? Or was it Matt Ryan? I'm going Stafford. It was Chris Long. I didn't know that. That's crazy. The brothers got drafted like that? Wow. Okay. True or false? Nick Saban didn't have a winning season during his NFL time. True. That's false. I thought Nick Saban was trash during his NFL thing. I was wrong. The first ever Lambeau Leap. Is it not Leroy Butler? It's Leroy Butler. I thought I knew that. All right, we only have a couple questions left, guys. It's a longer video, I know, but stay with me here. Who was selected first overall in the 2000 NFL Draft? Was it David Carr or Michael Vick? I feel like it was David Carr. It was none of the two. Courtney Brown, I'm going to be honest, I don't even know who that is. All right, guys, I think this might be the last question. Which team was the first to win 6 Super Bowls? It was the Steelers. We got that right. We got 34 out of 50. Guys, it's called prosportsquiz.com. If you want to take this quiz, the hardest NFL quiz of all time, let me know what score you got. But we got 34 out of 50. If you guys like this video, man, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.